All right. So this is my second stream. Took a little break in between. And in this stream, I want to work on some maintenance stuff for a few repositories. So in the last few streams, I've been working on docstring, which is linter, but it actually depends on a bunch of packages, many of which I maintain, right? So these packages, they have different complexities, but they share the fact that they're all repositories on GitHub. They're all Swift projects. They all have various amount of continuous integration. I believe it's been a while since I updated changes for those. So I want to see like what kind of improvement I can do. Yeah, and just like what has been left behind, right? For example, um, the script for so when I run like I need to launch Docker. All right. So I have tests for docstring for Linux, but they are being run in the 5.1 Docker, right? Sorry. So they're being run in the 5.1 Docker, but the latest Linux image is actually 5.1.1. The difference between these two probably are small, but it's good to be up to date, right? So that's one of the things I want to do, which is very, very simple, but it's good to do. So here's how we run Docker. So I have a bunch of files, one for building and one for testing, and inside is the hash for the image I'm using, right? So the first thing I want to do is see if there's updates for those. So Docker pull. I want to see if this exists. Yes, so we got something. Okay. So that's one of the things we're updating. After you pull an image, usually Docker will output its 250 SHA-256 hash. I actually don't know what's the reliable way to do it without this digest, but I remember doing it, but I don't remember how. Okay, so that's one thing. There's another image here. I will do the same thing there. So copy this again. And Oh. Copy this guy. Go up. Okay. So test Docker. Let's run the Docker tests locally and see what happens. Yeah, so this make target, I can show you. So this make target test Docker. So it just runs the script, run test Docker, right? So let's look at script, run test Docker. So it first checks you have Docker installed, right? And then it basically removes the existing image if it already exists. And then it basically uses that image and then it deletes the image. It's pretty simple. I could embed all this into the makefile, for example, but I don't want to make the makefile too encumbered with details. I'd like to use it as a launchpad to scripts. So we can look at the actual Docker file, and it basically adds the repository, and then it installs Python 3. I guess I don't need Python 3 anymore. Oh, yeah, so this could make things faster. One sec, okay, stop. That's an interesting thing. Ooh, this is great. So previously, I actually used a Python script to generate part of the project. I don't think I do that anymore. I checked in the generated version and use git diff with a specific flag as part of the continuous integration test to make sure that the things are always up to date. I imagine not having to install Python 3 will speed up things. Oh, does make test actually? Aha! So I don't need this anymore. Good. Maintenance. Maybe I need to tweet about me coming back online again. We'll see. So I don't imagine anything bad will happen just because I updated Docker. By the way, I'm curious, like, do I even run this build? Docker build. Okay, similarly, I don't need this anymore here. So do I even run this anywhere? Build Docker. Okay. Let's look at makefile. Build. Yeah, I do build. Wait. Build Docker. Okay. Build Docker. Wait, it's not really used, is it? Let's see. Continuous integration. Oh, it's used here. All right, fine. I could make build and test the same thing because they're only used by, yeah, but again, I'd like to keep it agnostic. Okay, good. So it looks like the tests are passing on Docker. So I'm just gonna checking all this. So let's say update Docker Linux, well, Docker image to Swift 5.1.1. Actually, is 5.1.1 the latest? I'm not even sure. Swift.org. 5.1.1, okay. Okay, good. Okay. All right. Open a pull request. So this is number one thing. That's out of the way pretty quickly. So, okay. So this repository is relatively up to date, but some of its dependencies, it's been a while since I touched them. For example, TOML decoder. Let's take a look, right? This is the Swift TOML decoder, TOML codable, decodable implementation that I have. Yeah, so the last time I changed anything here, is a month ago, apparently. What did I change? It's a documentation change. Wait, that's in July. I guess I just bumped the version to release the latest changes because I think I got some contribution. Oh, it's Xcode 11, of course. All right. But, when I did Swift 5 update, it was in March, right? So it's been a while. So the Docker image here is old. Yeah, Docker image is probably very, very old. But more interestingly, when I wrote this, I supported Cocoapods, Swift PM, and Carthage. But in order to support Carthage in particular, I have to have a Xcode project or basically a shared scheme to build the framework. So I have to maintain a Xcode project for this. And in order to, because this guy depends on a bunch of stuff. This guy depends on another project called Tamil Deserializer, and which also depends on another project called NetTime. So all of these has a similar infrastructure problem, but also this one in particular because I had to depend on them, so I had to work around a bunch of stuff, I believe. Let's look at the thing. Fetch dependencies, yeah. So I have to go out and clone the repositories of the dependency into certain place so that the Xcode project is happy to know that they're there. Okay, this is also Python 2. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, yeah, basically to make the I use Swift PM as the actual builder and tester, but I use Xcode because I need Carthage to be able to pick up the right things and build them. So I check in that Xcode project, but also use this script as part of the build process. So I'm thinking now that we have Xcode 11, we can use Swift PM. We can use Xcode 11's Swift PM support to manage to manage the dependency, which just means using Swift PM directly. The other good news is we can use, because Swift Xcode has a concept of that. I want to check out first, does that work with Carthage? And also, if it does, then we can use Xcode Gen, which allows us to use a abstract definition of a project to generate an Xcode proj file, which would be nice because that means no more manual maintenance of the Xcode project by me. And that would apply to both this repository and the Tamil Deserializer repository. Deserializer. Yeah, that one. Okay, let's take a look at the pull requests. Still going. But at least the Docker one should be faster now. Yeah, because it doesn't need to install Python 3, which is super awesome. Yeah, perfect. It actually had to install it twice because I used two separate images. Yeah. Anyways, super awesome. All right. I dread this moment, to be honest. Let's go to Tamil Decoder. Actually, I want to go bottom up. Yeah, let's start with the bottommost dependency, which is NetTime. So NetTime is an in-memory representation of dates, specifically dates for RFC 3339, which is like doesn't have calendars in it. It's just pure representation for time. But where should we start? Let's look at the Xcode project. I will build it for my Mac. Okay. So the source, this one is pretty simple because it doesn't have dependencies. So let's just go ahead and command U. I mean, there's no reason to believe anything is broken here, right? Test succeed. Okay, perfect. It's a very small library. I really, really like it. I remember there's some improvement here we can do. I think I can do I want to say, well, let's not touch it. That's not the goal, right? We want to maintain the infrastructure. Okay. So let me take a look at the makefile here. Update Linux manifest. This is still here. Okay. Okay, very good. Test Docker. Okay, let's run this. Make test. Aha. So this is interesting, right? Because I'm using SwiftEnv and I don't have the old Xcode anymore, so my Mac thinks there's 5.0 is not installed, which is reasonable. Okay. So really, this change overall is updating to 5.1 for all the infrastructure. Okay. I suppose I can also show you like merge. Show this project on GitHub. NetTime. Here we go. All right. Next, make test Docker. This is going to download a very old Docker image. Okay. One sec. Let me close the window because some people are talking outside. Okay. Yeah, so this, well, not this one. What is it? Oh, interesting. So when I did this the official image, I guess this was not out yet, so I didn't even use the official image. Cool. So let's fix that. Go up one level, go to doc string. And go to scripts, Docker file, either one. Cool. So that takes care of Docker file. I'm wondering, like, what about the Xcode? Yeah, of course it will work, right? So so this guy also has like a pod file. I wonder if there's anything there I need to do. Swift version, sure. I think this is deprecated. You're supposed to use multiple versions now. Yeah. We'll think about that later. Yeah, so the next piece is this Xcode project. I mean, it's very tempting to generate it. Very tempting. What's in resources? Oh yeah, Xcode proj. Xig configs. Okay. Let me. It's been a while since I looked at this, so let me take a quick look here. We use the universal framework. I think it's copied in as is, right? Let's look at build settings. Get rid of everything. So this is the project. Look at levels. Oh, okay. Okay, the Swift version is set in the Xcode project. That's fine. Maybe I can specify it here instead. Swift version, something like that. Swift. What if I delete this? Wait, I can't. How about here? Unspecified. Does it not show the... So that's the macOS default. Does not show the... What the heck? Config file, yeah. I always expect that setting to show up there. Swift version. Let's see. Info. Debug, release. Yeah, they're okay. Is this just not working? What the heck? Oh, no. Levels. Oh, all. Ah, that's why. I was confused. Okay. So there's some settings there, some settings here. Oh, some settings in the project itself. Interesting. More in the project itself. Treat warning as errors in the project itself. Okay, I can delete all of that. Now, back to my Swift version. Swift language version. It's not specified here. Universal framework config. But this imports from this. No? Okay. Maybe I'm confused. Okay, I changed it to 4. And let's see what changes here. Swift underscore version equals 4.0, right? Do I need that's weird. Okay, delete this. Oh yeah, here we go. Showed up. Maybe I just need a visual update here. Okay. Yeah, ideally, because my goal is to delete the Xcode project file. So what I'm doing is I'm looking up all the things it's doing for me and basically nail it out. I don't need it to do anything for me because I'm going to generate it. Build active, I don't really care for that, right? So let's get rid of that. Debug information format. Current project version, who cares? Versioning system, who cares? User pass, don't care. What else? Debug information format. Do I care about this? I guess if you are using this in production, you may want this. So I need a way to extract it. All right, let's use the extractor thing. Yeah, here we go. Okay, how do I use this? I guess I download it. Oops, that's not what I meant to show. So all I want is I want to extract it. Actually, there's probably an easier way to do this. Okay, so now any change I make will be picked up by Git. So that's all I need. That's what I need. For debug and release, I need something equals to Wharf, something like that, right? So I need this. How do I distinguish between debug and release in this file, though? Let me think. Okay, let's use the extractor and see what happens. Okay, build. Yay, drag project file. Okay. Let's drag. Boom. Here we go. Let's look at oh, is this how? You just have a separate file? So debug release, of course. Interesting. All right, I guess I'll make a new file. In fact, yeah, it's fine. Yep. NetTime.xc config. Debug. What was that? Okay. Oh, I chose the Swift file type. Okay, so similar to this, I want to include universal framework. All right, now I want debug info equals dwarf. And then I want another file. Can I say xcconfig? Nope. Empty. NetTime release. Basically the same thing, except the value is dwarf with dism. Now this time it has quotes for some reason. All right, so now I say debug here. I say, wait, where? This guy is release. So what if I delete it here and look at this? Debug and release. Yep, this is now the correct value. Perfect. plist. Define module. Who cares? Bundle identifier. Does that matter? Product name. Does that matter? We'll see. Okay, so info plist file. It's right here. Let's add it to the framework setting and kind of delete that. Okay. What is the resolved value then? It still finds it, so it's probably fine, right? I mean, it doesn't show it here, but it finds it here. Okay. Build setting. Next. Next, bundle identifier. Easy clap. Product name. Oh, what is that? Target name. C99 extension identify. What? I don't need that. It's probably fine, right? Compilation mode. Compilation mode. I don't even care. I don't really need that. Release optimization level. None for debug. This is probably good. I mean, this is a good exercise to go through. So delete all of this and see what those values are. Okay, so Swift optimization value for debug. So let's put it in debug. And for build is O. All right. Treat warning as error. Treat warning as error. I feel like this. Can I do that with Swift PM? Swift PM warning. Swift PM treat warning as error. Do I not already do that? Yeah, warning as error. Yeah, okay. I already have this. Okay. So I don't really care because that's not, Xcode is not the primary development environment for this project. Cool. And for tests, we don't really care. Whatever the setting here is, it doesn't matter. Again, because it's not the primary development environment. Nope. Don't care. Okay, so now the Xcode project provides serves no source of truth for my settings, so that's really good. Okay, so the next question is, do I still need this project? All right. Update things. Okay, it's kind of a broad description because there really is a bunch of things. but it's probably good enough. Oh, yeah. So the next piece of infra I can do is move it off Canvas. That would be awesome. So I'm running all kinds of tests. Yeah, especially the Cocoa part. It's gonna be new for let's say I use Xcode action. Sorry, GitHub action. It's gonna be new. Oh, this looks very weird. Okay. Yep, build settings 0. Nothing. That's what I want. Okay. Can I click into this? Let's see. I mean, everything works locally. Yeah, I wonder if GitHub Action has Ruby / Cocoapods. Let's Google that. GitHub Action Cocoapods. Also, I just realized I don't know how I'm installing Carthage. Carthage archive. Carthage clean test Carthage. Test Cocoa. Okay, so there's an install Carthage somewhere, right? Oh, I use brew, homebrew. That makes sense. And for Cocoapods, I'm also installing it with gems. So I guess I could do all this with GitHub Action, I assume. Should I try it? Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. All right. How do I start? Let's just copy from Dr. String scripts. Wait, no. .github workflows continuous integration, right? Copy this. And then move continuous integration there. Okay. All right, so here we have for push and pull request, we have an action for macOS. We use the latest macOS. We select the Xcode version. We run make build. well, this is not appropriate here. We want to make test. Generate artifact. Nothing like that. Here we have build Docker, we have test Docker. So this is pretty basic. I assume all of this will work because I have make test, right? Yeah, we have test, we have build, we have build updates, Linux test manifest, which is fine. And then I'll have test Docker, develop Docker. Okay. So that may just work out of the box. Should I just push it? Add GitHub action. All right, let's see what happens. Where's my GitHub action? What? Hello? Oh, that's a problem. That's an issue. Yeah, actually, this will address this issue. Perfect. Something's broken. Oh. What's this? Build Docker. Oh, I don't have build Docker. That makes sense. I don't need build. Build and test for this library is the same thing. Just realized. Okay. Build. Goodbye. Goodbye. Actually, check out test, right? Easy. Okay, so this error will go away this time. And we'll see. This test would be like trivial for GitHub if they cache the Docker image. I guess they are still fetching it. Just saying. If they cache the artifact somewhere. Hey, that's the right digest for the image I'm using. I recognize it. Okay. How are we doing? So for docstring, I also generate the artifacts whenever I make a new tag. That would be really good for this because this guy supports Cocoapods, I believe. And when you do that, you have to have this. Cocoapods or Carthage? I don't even remember, but you're supposed to have this. So it'd be super sweet if this is automatically generated as opposed to manually generated, which I've been doing in the past. Yep, those are all done and they're faster than Travis. That's pretty good because, well, on Travis, to be fair, there's a bunch of other stuff that I need to take care of. Yeah. So let's just go full screen here. hello. Yeah, let's think about this. So I have test for bunch of stuff. You can use a matrix. I may use a matrix. Hi, Moist Dust. Welcome to my stream. Yeah, a matrix sounds good. Don't remember the syntax. So that's a issue. But it shouldn't be a big issue. Yeah, let me try this before I do anything. Install Cocoapods. How about that? Make install Cocoapods. So I think that's what, oh yeah, that's definitely what this does, right? At least this part. Okay, GitHub is your time to shine. Let's see how good your CI is. I mean, there's no way that works, right? To install Cocoapods, oops, you use sudo. Do I have sudo here? And you have to have a Ruby gem, which is like a lower requirement, I guess. Also, what is the latest version of Cocoapods? Cocoapods about... Oh, dude, I hate this. People don't put their latest version on their website. Pod. Hello? Okay, 1.7.2 at least, right? Maybe I can go to... Maybe I can go to their website. Where is their website? Here. Releases. 1.8.3. Let's try that one. Oh, yeah, I amended. So what's gonna happen? There's our little... Oh, I should have put it earlier, huh? Earlier in the queue, so we can find out if something is wrong faster. Let's, in the meantime, yeah, the next question is, do they have Homebrew? Like, do I have to install Homebrew on these? I mean, that wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. As long as they have Ruby. The entire, I guess, the traditional iOS tooling stack is built on Ruby. We're unable to download the log. Please try again later. but it is succeeded, right? It looks like it succeeded. That's good. That's good. So next, we will try to install Carthage. Install Carthage. Make install Carthage. This is great. I'd love to replace Travis right here and now. You know what? In the meantime, this is great. I'm learning from my old projects. Hold on. How do I do this? Docstring make file. So configuration is release, and I want to pass warning as error to SwiftC. Yay. I guess this goes earlier. Was that build? Okay. No problem, right? Oh, install Carthage. What's gonna happen? Does GitHub provision homebrew built in? Please? Why is it taking 30 seconds without any output? What's going on? Yeah, so this is one of the things I'm going to do. Whenever this project compiles, it takes forever, like this particular file. That's because this entire project is in this file. So one of the things I'm going to do, hopefully tonight, is to break it up, because there's no reason this entire project is one file. The only reason is I was modeling it after JSON decoder from Swift's standard library, from Foundation, which is because Foundation is like a monolithic library, so they leverage the file private access control. That's why they dump everything in the same file. Like, there's no reason for me to do that because this is not a monolithic library. Oh, brew update is happening. So they have homebrew. Okay. So it's going to be a very smooth transition. The next thing I need to figure out is the matrix syntax. And also, do I want to run one single job for everything, or do I want to break it up somehow, right? Because I have a lot of tests to run, and oh, this is completed. So now on this machine, there's Carthage as well as Cocopod. That's pretty freaking amazing. Ooh, intrigued. Okay. What do I Google? GitHub Action Matrix. Matrix.os. Matrix. Strategy matrix. So it always goes strategy and matrix. Should I actually read? Build matrix is a set of different configurations for virtual environment. For example, you may run a job against more than one supported version of a language, operating system, or tool. Each configuration is a copy of job that runs and reports a status. You can specify a matrix by supplying an array of the configuration options. For example, if GitHub virtual environment supports Node 6, 8, and 10, you may specify an array of those in the matrix. Yes. So matrix should be on the same level as steps. Steps is here. So I'm going to write matrix strategy first. Strategy matrix. Okay. Strategy double space matrix. Now I put my stuff in here, right? Let's look again at my Travis config. So really, it's just a bunch of actions, right? So action. Carthage Cocoapods tvOS iOS Swift PM Mac OS. Well, this is in a very weird order. Also, isn't there YAML syntax? Paper hands. All right. How do you write a list in YAML? I feel like there's a better way. What about this? Can I write this? List of dictionaries. I feel like this is a thing. Yeah. Let's make it beautiful. Should I do like some kind of order? Cocoapods. tvOS. I feel like this order has a reason. This Travis order has a reason. I think I was optimizing for the overall speed because in the past I used to watch the CI build a lot. Swift PM, iOS, Mac OS. Oh, that's it. All right. Let's do alphabetical order, right? Okay, so now I have the matrix of actions. Let's go back to the syntax guide. So the steps still are pretty good. We still need to write Xcode. We don't need to test anymore. We don't need to install anything specifically anymore. Let's just call this prepare and test. Okay. So this is where we insert the matrix value. So can I just do matrix action, install matrix action, and make test matrix action, right? Could this be it? I hope the node or OS or whatever is like arbitrary key that you can use. instead of a predefined list of stuff. Would be amazing though if this works. Whoa. Getting chills thinking about this working. Okay. Use add all tests to GitHub. Well, to GitHub. Ooh. Also unintentionally created a file, so let's take care of that. Ooh, I'm nervous. Okay, syntax error, I bet. Your workflow file was invalid. The pipeline is not valid. Matrix action. Matrix dot action? Dot action. Okay, not bad. That's not bad. Syntax error. Ooh, beautiful. Look, it's working. Right? It's making a bunch of stuff. Wow, it's all in parallel. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Let's look. Check. Continuous integration. Oh. Oh man, this is so. Wait, this is Travis. What am I? Wait. Something bad happened? Prepare and test. Test bundle should have extension XCTest. What? Okay, so this is test Mac OS. So let's fix that locally. Test Mac OS. Cool. Yeah, I know what's wrong. But it's a shame that I had to fix it though. So what's wrong is this. The product name is gone. That's what's wrong. Makes me sad that I have to maintain it. Product name equals target name. Maybe it's not bad. Let's think. All right. So if I go to base and add that, what would happen? Product name. Product name. Where? Oh, this file may not exist. Yeah, it's unclear how you make Xcode pick up changes in the xcconfig file these days. It's very strange. Okay. What? Open Xcode dot. Okay. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, interesting. He included the quote. What? Let's do that exercise again. Yeah, now that's much. Oh, hey, perfect. Okay, this is the solve, right? 100%. No such file or directory. -O. What? -O. Is it because of the quotes again? Yes, it was the quotes. Okay, so it's kind of late. I'm really hungry, so I don't just want to like try one more thing. I guess a small update. The changes to the NetTime repo have been merged. So now everything is run on GitHub Actions in parallel, including the test for Carthage and Cocoapods. So that's great. But I want to try one more thing, right? The last piece here is the fact that we have well, there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things. Let me see. So when I do a release, I have a documentation for that. When I do a release, I actually use make Carthage archive. All right. Let's read it. It's been a while. Carthage archive. Okay, Carthage archive cleans Carthage, installs Carthage, and then run Carthage build archive, right? And then we'll generate that file. And then I'm supposed to upload it. So that's kind of perfect because I can use a GitHub action for that. So let's think about that. So I want to copy yet another thing here, which is release. Then I want to put it in here. Yep. Now let's look at release.yaml. So for any branch, we're going to use the macOS latest action. We're going to use, this is the wrong version. I need to fix it over there. Oh, quick. Before I forget, release.yaml. So this is supposed to be Xcode 11.1. Use Xcode for release. Put it straight onto master. All right. So we select the correct Xcode version, and then we build and package Carthage with Carthage. Carthage archive. right? And then we run make Carthage archive. Carthage archive. One sec. Cool. So we run this. Now we'll have a file, right? The file is nettime.framework.zip, right? And we will take that file, put it here, and we will name it with the same name. Whoa. Okay. All right. Use GitHub action to build Carthage archive. So the beauty of this is like you can test this while the change is on a branch. So I'm gonna make a pull request with this change. Code review real quick. All right. And it's gonna do its thing, blah, blah, blah. If you look at action, all the continuous integration part is here. But now I'm going to push a branch, right? Tag, let's call it test GH action archive. Made a branch, push the branch. Okay. Now, in all workflow, we should see a release. Yes. It's not showing up here. It should soon. Please. Yeah, here we go. And when this action succeeds, actually, I kind of want to go disable the other ones, but we'll just let them work through their things. Our Carthage is very time consuming, so come on. Cancel that one. All right. Cancel, please. All right. Docker probably cancel as well. Yeah, I don't like the name published binaries. Build, release, artifact. Okay. Yeah, so this is running the make Carthage archive action. And it's probably going to take a while. Okay, it is taking a while. Yeah, this looks like a failure because I canceled a bunch of stuff. That's fine because realistically, all we care about is the release action. This guy. Ooh, did it do it? Yeah, so it made an archive that's about 3.2 megs. Does that comport with the expectation? 2.03 meg. I mean, 2.26. Yeah, cool. That's really cool. Delete this release. Delete this tag. All right, cool. All right. So now I can skip a few steps, right? Create a GitHub release from blah 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 blah. Make sure CI is green. Make sure the version tag is preserved. Tag. Make a tag. No. Okay. Okay. I don't need to run this anymore. All right. Beautiful. This is so good. Is there anything else I can do with the GitHub action? Let's see. Bump version. Probably should automate that at some point. Polyblint. Yeah, that's actually already run on CI, I believe. Pod trunk push. Probably don't want to do that with a GitHub action. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this will probably pass and I'll merge it. I still haven't gotten to the part where I generate the project. So what does that entail? We, after having ensured there's Xcode, we use install Xcode gen, right? Xcode gen here. We're gonna install it with make install, sure. Or homebrew. Maybe you can use homebrew. Yeah, just like Carthage, right? We use homebrew to install this. And then we generate the Xcode project. And we generate the Xcode project. Thinking. So that means anything that depends on Xcode project has to, well, basically the Xcode project needs to be generated first. Alternatively, checking the Xcode project and nothing else changes. Which I'm too tired to think about this. Yeah, because I need the Xcode project to be present to support Carthage. Duh. Yeah, of course I need it. Of course I need it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, the real question is when it comes to having dependencies, we'll use Xcode dependency, Xcode support for Swift PM to manage dependencies. And then we'll generate the Xcode project, check it in, of course, to support Carthage. Yeah. But the good thing is now the Xcode project, the Swift PM project is the source of truth. And there's no competing source of truth, which is the Xcode proj file. And I probably can also delete the Xcode workspace, XC workspace in those repositories. Yeah, that would be great. Okay. Cool. I think I'm gonna sign off. This is a very short stream. If you don't consider the previous one where I effed at the end, I'd have to terminate. But yeah, thanks for watching.